The first question is, I guess they do this in Hollywood. You know, they shoot things in Hollywood and they say they're on Mars or they say they're anywhere in the world. Can you shoot something in a diner in Philadelphia and say here in West Virginia?
No. No.
You've never been in a campaign that's...
No, not that I know of. Seriously. I always believed, and I always did. I didn't make the ads, but I would certainly advise those who did. We have real people. Real people are always going to be more credible. Right. Maybe they're not as smooth and slick as professional actors, but I think that's an advantage. You always want real people. And this was an insult, I have to say, as somebody who grew up in a small town in Texas, not West Virginia. What an insult to call us hicks and rednecks and that kind of... Well, I guess I didn't say rednecks.
Roland's shaking his head. You know, Roland's very real. Roland, let me read you something from this casting call. These characters are from West Virginia, so think coal miner, trucker looks. Each character should bring several options and stay away from all black or all white or thin stripes. Thicker stripes and plaid are good. It went on to say Dickie's type jacket with a T-shirt underneath, a down-filled vest, John Deere hats, and they spelled John Deere wrong. No E at the end, so there's a city slicker did that one. And trucker hats, not brand new, preferably beat up.
Okay, so if it was a campaign in Texas, do you not think somebody probably would have a cowboy hat on? Also, let's talk about the Harry and Louise ads. Paul, you remember those ads. Yeah. Were they real people? Look, here's the deal. You could talk about somebody on a set in Philadelphia, or are they actually in West Virginia? If we didn't know this company actually put this out, folks would think it was shot in West Virginia. So the whole point of it is not where it was shot, if it's actors, it's really what are they actually saying in the ad. And so, look, we see it all the time, so I'm not shocked there are actors in political ads. Not shocking at all.
And Rollins, Ed, do you have a John Deere hat that's a little beat up?
I have a lot of John Deere hats. One thing I think is very important to correct. This was not the National Republican Senate Committee. This was not the campaign in Virginia. This was an independent expenditure. And one of the dilemmas you face is that you get some benefits sometimes by independent expenditures. You pay a price. And they have paid a price. Jim Dornan, who manages this campaign, is one of my old buddies. He's a great, great campaign manager and would never make this mistake. But the message is a pretty strong message, and I think if it runs, it'll have some impact that'll go beyond the one-day or two-day story of where they shot or didn't shoot.
I just disagree with that. They have to take responsibility for this. If it's your campaign, if it's your money,
how can you take responsibility for
who hired them? They didn't come from Mars.
Expenditure.
No, and by the way, here's my John Deere.
You know an independent expenditure.
Can you zero in on this? I actually have a John Deere tractor, and I got free with that tractor.
I'm talking about John Deere. You're talking about independent expenditure, and you do them, we do them.
I'm a real redneck.
You can't coordinate them with the committees. Right. You can't. That's the law. And you know that.
Then the committee. I'm sorry. That is right.
Independent expenditures. What put this thing up there?
The people, though, at the National Republican Senate Committee,
they didn't pay for it. They denounce it. They say they did not pay for it. This was an independent expenditure against the governor.
Look, the thing is, they're patronizing and insulting the people of West Virginia. And
well, that's what Manchin has said. Although the message in the ad has stuck. Regardless, before we knew about the ad, Dan Abash was in that state earlier this week, and that message is sticking.